right, here's the deal. I'm the host. My name is George City. What's good, gang? Hey, everybody. This is Infinite Nonsense. I am back. Sorry about missing last week. I've just been really busy. I hope that Ark, Rabbit, and Some had a very productive and energetic conversation. I have yet to
Absolutely.
I have yet to watch the recording to edit, but uh yeah, no, yeah, I appreciate Ark stepping in. Some is not available today, so
Absolutely.
he will also be stepping in for
I'm
us
still
again.
here.
Yeah, he's
Can't
somehow
get rid of
still
me that
here.
easy.
But anyway, guys, it's nice to be back. Again, this is Ark of Abyss and wait,
Hello.
Archabyss or Ark of Abyss?
ArchofAbyss.
Arkaloid, got it. And that's Rabbit Hat
You
plays
can call
too.
me Ark.
Yeah. So yeah, how was y'all's week? Rabbit, you go first.
I relaxed. I was so tired and sleepy, and I slept. I was so good. It was glorious, even. Got some early sleep, woke up early, and did a lot of recordings. So, it's been a really good week so far. I have had to fight the urge to hit the go live button, though, because I was supposed to be taking a break from being live, and I'm going, but I want to stream. I want to stream. I've got that itch. I think I'm addicted to streaming.
You might be. Just might be.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. It's like Ark's addicted to Panda, Same thing.
What? Actually, bro. Oh, I haven't had Panda in 6 months.
Dear God.
It's been so hard.
Damn.
I didn't realize
I had to get
we
on
were
a new
an AA
diet,
meeting
man.
here.
Hey,
Right?
I am Ark. Hi, Ark. I've been Panda sober for 6 months.
Panda sober is wild.
No, I would absolutely go back to eating nonstop Panda, but I've gained way too much weight, so I'm back on the keto grind. Fish and steak, lots of protein, lots of
Nice.
not also lots of chicken. Lots of chicken.
Lots of chicken.
Lava chicken.
I have to eat more fish apparently because my cholesterol
Shut
sucks.
the fuck up, Rabbit.
Shut the fuck up, Rabbit. I was hoping it would go under the radar.
Genuine rage. Oh my God.
I heard it, and I was like, "Did he really fuck?" Oh, okay, he said it. Yep.
Oh my God.
I heard it, and I wanted to. Yep.
Can't unhear it now.
Oh, I didn't sing it.
Week.
I didn't sing it.
Yeah, you didn't sing it.
Thank God.
You also didn't have to say it either, but
Oh no, I had to. You all were saying lots of chicken.
No, I had to.
Lava chicken.
Lots of
Come
chicken.
Lots of chicken. All right.
Lava chicken. There, I got the singing out of the way for you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
So for my week, since I guess we're not going to go back to that topic, it was very stressful.
Oh, damn.
Mainly because I had to cover for Rabbit.
He covered for me and then some. Cause all he had to do was Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And even that, he didn't have to do
That's
Tuesday.
not what you said.
Yes, it is. And you said, I'll take care of Wednesday and Friday as well. And it was like, do what you want, I guess.
Do what you want, dog.
Yeah. So I played an awesome game, Ender Magnolia. Sequel to Ender Lilies, another game that I've 100%ed. I've done a lot of 100%ing lately, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. True.
I should just do that hole digging game where 100% the hole digging game.
Oh my God. What is the name of that game again? I actually have a video up of someone else 100%ing it right now. He's clearing 100% of the hole.
Wow.
It is quite literally on my screen right now. What is the name of this game?
I don't remember what the name of the game was, but I remember watching someone that didn't just 100% the game. He 100% dug out everything. So all the dirt was just gone.
Yeah, that's exactly what this person is doing as well. It is and again, there's actual multiple videos by this guy. One was just about 100%ing it, and the other one was about just clearing it all out. I've been watching a lot of his videos lately. But I've been playing Ender Magnolia on Monday since Tuesday basically, and it was shorter than I thought it was going to be. So my whole plan was Monday through Friday or Tuesday through Friday, catch up to where I had been on my own playthrough, because I honestly, like, I started playing it and then Rabbit was like, I'm gonna go on a break, and I'm like, idea. So I ended up making a new file and catching up basically where I was. I got there quicker than I thought. It only took till like Thursday to get to where
Nice.
I had left off. Unfortunately, what that meant was that on Saturday, I finished everything by like 7 p.m. my time.
Uh-oh.
So I was like, I have two options. I can try to find a 5-hour game and then on a YouTube stream play 2 separate games, or I can just end this early. So I decided to end it early because I feel like it's just not that good to do 2 games in one stream, or at least not right now on YouTube.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a thing that YouTube can improve in their live stream service stuff. Have the ability to like update it part of the way through. It would make VODs.
You can update it part of the way through. The problem isn't updating it part of the way through. The problem is keeping it effectively recorded as being associated with it. So like on Twitch, when you update it, if you look at your demographics of what your stream was, it'll showcase each of the category changes at the times that you changed them. YouTube, whatever's the last category you had on there, that's what that video is all about, regardless of what you started with.
I think that's the part that they can like improve upon.
Agreed. They need to update their YouTube app for uploading videos, because you can't choose a game category like you can when you're on the desktop. You just got to say, it's part of the game category. That's it.
They need to update their mobile app in general. It's not very intuitive when it comes to like uploading stuff.
Yeah.
Now, Twitch in their defense, I will say in their defense, there's not really a reason yet to do so, because it's not their primary feature. And that's something that I've been
primary feature.
hey, no problem's a good time. TwitchCon. Anyway, the
I get to say that. Now I'm in danger. What the fuck?
Wait, why? Why are you in danger? I mean, I hear you say that all the time. Is that supposed to be a threat?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry. Yeah, don't you worry about it. Yeah.
I'm worried about it.
The main benefit that like you have in YouTube over Twitch, I feel like, is that like retainability for long term. So there's no reason for them to like focus on the live stream aspect. Just like though, because there's no real competition, like Twitch is in a similar boat where there's so many features that would be nice to have that they're just not going to implement, unless like maybe we get like a giant outcry for it. So, but then that requires people to have a good idea collectively, and we all know how that goes.
Yeah,
that leads to new platforms needing to be to start cropping up. So I know Kick and Rumble are trying to be the new Twitch and YouTube, the competitors to such, but they are also still fairly small. Kick is getting much bigger after all the shenanigans that Twitch has been pulling out of their hat, but
still not there.
Rumble is just, I feel like, gonna be very obscure still, and gonna stay in obscurity unless they can somehow.
It's gonna turn to Mixer.
Well, you're a Mixer.
I don't think it's gonna turn into the next Mixer, because they actually have a business plan. Mixer was just, hi, I'm Microsoft. I want a competition to Amazon. Let me throw millions upon millions of dollars at it. That didn't work. We're just gonna pull the plug after a few months. Well. They didn't even give it a chance to live. And Rumble still a pretty good competitor to YouTube. It's just YouTube's easy. A, YouTube's a bigger platform. B, YouTube is a much easier to use platform compared to Rumble. And C, the face, the PR of right. The PR of Rumble is
fucking
very similar to that of Kicks, where it's the place for the degenerates to go to, kind of thing. That level of PR is going to haunt both of those platforms for a while, unless the platforms they're facing off against kind of destroy their own PR, like Twitch has been doing. And that's why Kick is starting to grow comparatively.
Yeah, and I do think that, like, it's, for us at least, it's gonna just be a time will tell type of situation. The best that we can do is sort of just kind of focus on what we're doing and making content about, like, maybe the state of, like, what is, like, just objectively, like, seeing, like, oh, this is what they're currently doing. I don't think that's a good idea, or that's actually a very smart idea. And right now, there's a lot more, this could be better than there is, well, that's really good. So, yeah, anyway, that I don't think is the topic for today.
I don't know.
No, I mean, the topic today is talk about whatever we want to talk about. I have no topic.
Oh, well, okay.
I am like,
never mind.
I'm genuinely completely tired because, like I said, me and Christy went to these caves and we did like two like tours inside these giant caves, and I am completely fucking tired. We went like about what 500 feet below the ground, and it was like,
oh wow,
yeah, this fucking cave
that would be
huge.
Underwater.
Yeah, basically.
For us at least.
No. Okay. Yeah, for y'all underwater. For us underground, you know. We don't
What's
live
that
in
like? Underground? You can go under there?
Or didn't you scuba dive before?
Okay, listen. Yes, I do have a license, but
well, that's what it's
been a
like.
while.
But you
I can't do that anymore. Well, no. Technically, you can breathe while scuba diving. Uh-oh.
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 What?
What? What are you uh-ohing in my freaking my podcast right now? What are you uh-ohing about?
You said uh-oh.
You're the yeah.
What do you got to gaslight? Gaslighting is defined.
My fault. Wait.
All right.
I got you.
Well, if you don't have a topic.
Wait, Rabbit,
does
do you
Rabbit have
soundboards?
Do I have
no?
I can turn them on.
Oh no.
Nah, it's okay. Don't worry about it.
All right, they're on.
Don't worry about it. Oh, there it is.
There we go.
Yes. It only matters if Rabbit has it, though.
Don't worry about it.
Because he's the.
Okay, I need you to stop that.
The return of the demonic. Don't worry about it.
That fucking genuinely scared me. Holy shit, I haven't heard that in a minute.
Honestly,
right.
I feel like we have enough soundboards. We could create our own horror game at this point.
Yeah, we probably could. Yo, Five Nights at Niv's. That'd be crazy.
Oh no. I was thinking like you just have like.
That didn't go off when I wanted it to.
no, it didn't.
But yeah, if you wanna take the topic, you can. I really didn't have
sure. Anything. I figured that Rabbit didn't, but I wanted to give him an opportunity, considering
I am.
Absolutely not. He doesn't want to host.
I scrambled last week for the topic of just traveling. Okay.
Yeah.
I had another idea for one, but I didn't want to bring that up right now because it's just something that I've been a little fixated on lately, which is just horror dinosaur content, you know?
Dude, I want to play horror dinosaur games. Like, can you recommend any, Rabbit?
Claude and Ferocious. So their demos are currently out. Those are really good looking, and I want to play more of that kind of game.
Gotcha.
Interesting. No, I mean, yeah, I know more about how obsessed he's been with these dinosaur horror type stuff lately. I honestly think that the new Jurassic Park was the kind of the kickoff for it, where it felt like that from the trailers, because I haven't seen it yet. The trailers made it seem like a return to thriller kind of like horror, rather than the like impeding like Doom kind of horror where there's always like a dinosaur chasing you or whatever. This one, it seemed like there was way more like still moments where you're sort of anticipating the dinosaur coming around the corner than it was an ever impeding threat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen
spoiler
one yet.
I was gonna say spoiler. It's misleading, the trailer.
Oh,
it's not that. It's not scary at all. Like, unfortunately.
Says the guy
Darn
that
it.
plays horror games a lot.
And no, I'm serious. Like, no, Rabbit. I promise you, Rabbit. You're gonna go into that movie theater. You're gonna be like, wait a minute, how did he not die? Like, wait, hold on, how did that? What? And like, you're gonna see like the most obvious and blatantly poorly written plot armor in the history of cinema. I'm not joking. You're gonna see the craziest plot, like worse than Goku, dude. That's how bad plot
Now
armor
you're
is.
making me
Some of the
want to
characters.
actually watch Rebirth. I still need to watch the previous one.
What, Dominion?
Yeah, whatever the third movie of World was.
Yeah, it was Dominion.
Yeah, Dominion. I have not seen Dominion yet.
Interesting.
I really want to, but I just haven't had the time.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah, that's been my issue as well. I feel like just the bandwidth of like my recent like life is just completely dried up, and I don't know where all the time went. It was like not too long ago I remember having an abundance of time and just doing nothing, but now it's just like, okay, I have like 6 things I want to do for editing and learning that kind of skill set, but I also simultaneously have like a spike in workload at work. So it's like, okay, now I've got to spend 80 hours a week over here. I have 0 time to catch up on, like, that's, I feel like that's a common thing. Just as a side topic real quick, do you guys ever get worried that when you make a part 1 of one of your edited videos that you then won't have enough time to make a part 2?
Yes.
All the time.
Like how do you guys deal with it? How do you deal with that?
15 minutes or less series.
It's fucker. 50 minutes less series.
We're gonna ignore Rabbit for the rest of this conversation. George, how about you?
I mean, I play off metrics. Like, if people really enjoyed me playing the first game, like Poppy Playtime's a great example, I guess, for use case for me. People really enjoyed me playing Poppy Playtime 1, so I play the next one. But if like I play like one horror game, like there was a series, like an old horror game I used to play, I played a while back. That was like 3. Oh, it was Fears to Fathom, right?
Okay, yeah.
I played the first game, and it didn't do that well. But I figured like maybe I'll just play the second one. It didn't do that well either, so I'm like, okay. So for me, like, I kind of look at metrics. Like, if it's like not doing great, I don't really go into the second game. But when it does do well, and I want to do the second one, but you know, with life and everything else, I just don't have time for it. I kind of just bite the bullet and not do the second one, unless like people genuinely reach out to me and say like, "Hey, I want you to play the second one." Like, if I get like a lot of people wanting me to play that game, then I'll do it. But most of the time, if I don't, if it just doesn't happen, it just doesn't happen. You know?
Yeah, and that's sort of what I was kind of more getting at, was like, of the same game, I'm right now editing down for the first time like a stream of Rabbit and Eyes, and
Nice.
I will send this to you. I've sent this to Otter as well, and he's sent it to FGS, his editor. And I've traumatized both of them with my style of editing, I think. But this is literally the second time ever that I've like tried to edit things down, and one of the fears that I have isn't about like game 1 versus game 2. It's more of like, where the heck are you?
Having the
How long has
same
it been
game
since
but
I've
have
yelled at
multiple
you?
parts in it, right?
Yeah, there you are. Yes, exactly. So like, if I were to break up this timeline, I've only gotten about a third of the way through this timeline, and
Arc. What
yeah,
the fuck is
thank you.
this? What in God's green earth is this fucking monstrosity I'm looking at?
This is like my own like ingenious of like, I've color coded and marked various sections for the editing process to go do in post once I've gotten through everything. Because I started this by doing it in like, I'm gonna just edit it as I go. The problem is that it started to build up like the size and the different like sections of editing, because I would have to edit each removed section independently. So my new strat was, let me just mark everything, and then I will do it all at once, or I'll apply all the effects like at once, so that when I go back through, it's not trying to render them each independently. It already pre-rendered them all first before I removed out the content. Well, that generated this mess, which has led me to want to break it up, obviously. But now I'm like, okay, but if I edit episode 1, and then I get that one, like however long that takes me, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I can commit to making episode 2 come out in a timely manner, just because, well, it may take longer, it may take shorter. Also, this is just one stream. There are 8 streams.
Yeah.
Just the thought of that's like, how the hell am I going to make that work?
So for those that can't see it because they're just listening.
Oh yeah.
What it is a timeline of a video. It's a video timeline that looks like it's been crushed against the left side of the screen like a car crumpling against a wall. So the back
That's a very
half
accurate way of
so the back half looks very clean, but the front half is just an accordion.
Yes.
For those who've watched Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, whenever Mr. Fantastic's talking about, an incursion, that's what Arc is doing.
Yes. I've created
he's causing the destruction of a universe. That's what he's doing in a timeline.
It is honestly pain and suffering incarnate. And it's honestly, every single time I think about wanting or needing to edit my own stuff, this is sort of where my brain goes as to why I just don't.
Same.
And so now I'm wondering, is there maybe like mitigation methods or like things that you do to alleviate that kind of worry, or do you like worry about this kind of thing at all?
Yeah, George.
Rabbit.
I'm supposed to be ignored, remember?
only for the horror portion, not for this question.
Well, let Rabbit answer. He can answer.
George's like, I need to think. I need time. Hold on.
All right. So
not really time. I just want him to give. He hasn't said anything.
There's 2 ways that I go about the thought process of that, because I hate that same exact wall that you're hitting, Arc, and part of the reason why I don't edit the streams, and I've moved on to something like 15 minutes or less. But if I'm still editing the streams and putting it into that context, way I would handle it is I would go to the 30-minute mark and see where a good stopping point would be for the video, and then mark it there. Even if it's like 31 minutes, I'll still mark that ending there and bring that as its own video and edit that down. And if the metrics do well, great. If they don't, well, you've only edited 30 minutes instead of 3 hours. Also, context matters a lot in those kinds of videos as well, because, or I guess highlights matter more than context is probably the best way I could put it, because people like to watch a video that is kind of accordioned down. So if they wanted to watch a full-blown story, they would sit down for the story. So Cuphead's a great example of a lot of failures happening. So if you have 100 failures, you can show maybe 5 of them before you end up the really 5 funniest failures of that boss before you show the actual end case of the boss, instead of every single iteration. But then there's games like Dead Space, where there's a lot less editing involved because you're going through the whole story, and the only times you really want to edit out is the backtracking. Anytime you're doing heavy amounts of backtracking, you'll want to try and just cut that out, because no one really wants to sit down and watch the backtracking. Streaming, it's fine in leaving it in there because, well, it's a VOD, it's a stream. No one, people expect it to be the raw footage, effectively. But if you're watching a straight up video that's been edited down, cut that out. and it makes
But
it so much
that's
easier.
the other.
If you're
That's the
breaking
other
it
part,
down into
though.
30-minute segments, and you can find those spots a lot simpler.
Right. I feel like the breaking down part is the part that is also more difficult because it is never going to be as clean as 30 minute, 30 minute, 30 minute. Not at least not with a stream anyway. But
Right.
Yes.
it does kind of add up. The more of like cutting things out there are, the more post processing time there is, thus making it longer, which gives me an indeterminate amount of not only video length, which is normally fine if you can keep it within like a minute or so, but I don't have enough experience yet to be like, if I cut out this amount of orange and I cut out that amount of orange, they're gonna be about the same. Like I don't know. I'm just cutting things out as I see fit. That's kind of how I feel like it needs to be done. But
You cut it down
then
so you're happy with
it might.
Is basically it. If you like the
Yeah,
way that it
it's-
looks, then use that. Because if you like it, then other people are gonna like it. But if you become too
Right.
over perfectionist about it, then it's never gonna get finished. But that leads me
that's the
into
problem.
way number 2. To so that you can avoid that kind of situation.
Yeah.
Get someone else to do it for you.
Well, I don't got the money for that. Okay.
All right. Rabbit over here.
Mr. Moneybags.
Million subs, gets like 10 grand a month off
Well,
of
I
subscriptions.
can guarantee.
Okay, we
Nothing.
did not specify that this has anything to do with finances or anything like that. The question was, how would you handle dealing with those editing down those streams? The first way is if you're doing it yourself. That was my solution for doing it yourself. But if that becomes too much of a daunting task for you, and outside of just throwing it completely out the window, like what I do is I just leave it as a VOD and I don't even go back to it. So I do the 15 minutes or less series and edit very manageable amounts of editing. But if you give it to someone else to worry about it, you're not the one that's too focused on the thing there, but rather the end result of the thing. So you become a little more objective in the end result rather than the current editing.
What makes this even funnier is that right now I'm the someone else. I'm the one editing our streams.
You
is
took
the
that
free
one
labor.
you took that one upon yourself, bro.
Damn, he's saying it's a you problem. Wild.
My disappointment is immeasurable. My day is ruined.
My day is ruined.
Anyway, let's get to the actual topic. It's actually closer segment or segue wise to what you were talking about earlier, George. But one of the things that I was kind of curious, I was thinking this up earlier when I was organizing a lot of my stuff. I happened across this disc-looking thing, and it reminded me of the very first project I ever had to work on in my new place, which was I had to install ceiling fans. I have these like leftover like caps that basically cover the hole where a ceiling fan should go if you don't have one. And it got me to thinking, what is the biggest home project that you have ever had to work on? And maybe not just home project, but just like shop class level project that you had to work on.
Had to
George.
My dad and his family own like a couple houses near where my uncle lives, and we had to renovate this one property that they bought, and we had to literally like tear down like 2 walls because what we wanted to do, or what they wanted to do, was do like an open floor concept.
Cool. Okay.
And connect the kitchen and the living room. Because it was a small house. It was like a 3-bed, 2-bath home, about 1,800 square feet. It wasn't that big. Maybe on like a 0.4, 0.3 acre lot. So yeah, it wasn't really that big, but they wanted it to make me more spacious, but without having to add like rooms or new parts of the house, but make it more spacious inside the house that's already built. So we knocked down 2 walls, had to, get the wood and everything for the seals and put in columns and stuff like that. That's probably the biggest project I've ever had to do. But yeah, had to learn how to do.
That's kind of cool.
I had to learn how to use a saw blade. That was cool. like the electrical one, the big one.
Yeah.
Where you just drag the wood through and you cut it through. That was pretty cool. Almost lost a thumb because I wasn't paying attention.
I was gonna say,
but
yeah, those are the ones. Those are the pieces of equipment that it's like, I like this tool. Then you turn it on, and you're like, I am terrified. Can I just go back away and not deal with this? Or and so much that as an engineer, that whenever I saw those, I've worked with the bigger versions. Like, have you ever seen a lathe before?
Yep, I've seen a lathe. Yeah.
Yeah. I've had to operate a few of those in my lifetime, and every time terrified. Like on the inside though, you can't show that on the outside.
Yeah.
The main reason isn't even for what you think. It's because every single machinist in the area will learn that you like flinched when you were milling out a piece of aluminum, and they would make fun of you for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
So you can't show weakness.
You gotta be a man.
Yeah, exactly.
I refuse.
Other time. All right, Mr. Home Destructor himself. What do you got in terms of the best home that you've ever had to work on?
The best home I've ever had to work on?
Biggest home development project.
Now does me having to repair my own failures count?
You mean like flushing a toilet and breaking it somehow? Yeah.
That's the one I was thinking of, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Somehow breaks it. Like what the fuck?
I was thinking, there's other projects that are probably bigger than that
That
you
I've
worked on.
done?
I mean, I know you worked on. Didn't you help with the cutting out of the wall segment?
Did he?
Or the floor ripping up that you had to do?
No, not really. So
You weren't there for that? Did I have to do that alone with Dad?
no. Okay, so me helping with that, I don't feel like I did really anything. I hit the wall like 2 times for the wall opening project, and the
Progress.
carpet the carpet removal aspect, I basically held the carpet.
Okay.
It's just like would I count that as
Participation.
I participated, but that's about all I did.
There's never been any other project that you worked on?
The ones that I personally worked on, I mean, there's a lot of like furniture building stuff, like chair buildings or desk buildings or cabinet building. I've done those kinds of projects. But if we want full-blown participation for a large area, I painted a room.
Nice.
I mean,
Nice.
He painted a room. Good job.
I painted that room. But in terms of using tools and stuff, I'm really struggling to think of the ones that I personally just put myself into, rather than feeling like I was just helping. I was there to give the wrench over or something like that.
I'm helping.
To be fair,
the
in a lot
toilet's
of
the
cases,
biggest one that I personally did, where I took out the toilet and then I replaced the toilet. I mean, I myself did that. So plumbing.
Speaking of toilets, I'm gonna segue here. Speaking of toilets, there was it was one of the first restaurants Christy took me when I went to go visit her in Washington.
Huh?
Where is this going?
Trust me. Okay. And this restaurant is like, it's like a small little I guess restaurant. It's not like really big, but they had like the normal toilets. Like they didn't have like industrial toilets. They had like, regular normal toilets you have in homes or whatever. And I noticed that the stupid little thing, the flushing thing, the flusher wasn't flushing, but I felt like I guess it was attached from the what the fuck?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. The little chain on the inside of the bowl.
The chain wasn't connected to the cap, the little cap inside the back of the toilet.
I should know this. I just got done repairing my toilets.
Yeah, I've had to repair that.
Not
thing
the flush
so
valve.
many times.
It's the fill handle.
But whatever, but you know what I'm talking about, right? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
So like
yeah.
So it wasn't flushing, and it's funny because in the front of the toilet, or like in the stall, it had a sign that said "does not flush." and I had just finished doing my business. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? But I realized it wasn't broken.
Someone
Like
can read.
it wasn't like low water pressure. It wasn't anything like up. Like you have to get a plumber to come out and fix. I noticed it was just the chain was not attached to it. So I lifted up the back thing, and the back whatever, and I just reached in there and I reconnected it, put the little lid back on, and flushed it, and it fixed it. And I was
So
like,
how much
there
did you
go.
charge for that?
Yeah, right.
I should have charged him, but I didn't. You know.
Yeah,
But,
instead you
no,
paid for your food.
I should have told him that. I didn't say anything. I just told Christy. I was like, yeah, that toilet was broken, but I fixed it. She's like, what? I'm like, yeah.
What do you mean you fixed it? I don't know. I went in and I fixed it. I
fixed it, you know.
It was a
Come out with
simple
wrench.
fix. What do you expect? I mean, you don't need a plumber to come over and fix it.
Oh my god!
I feel like
honestly, it reminds me of
something, but yeah, I didn't.
Yeah. It reminds me of when I was at my workplace. We have these like name tags that slide into a little like a holder, name holder. It goes right above the room number. They all have like the same like way of inserting them. So what people will do in our hallway is they'll just take people's names and like turn them upside down or like replace them with other things they've made that fit the same slot. I have one guy who they took it out so many times that the actual name had like the room number had snapped in half. So he took a picture of one of our coworkers and it snapped right on the 0. So he put the picture right where the hole is of the 0 and like taped it back together and put it there. So when you walk by, you can just see the guy's face through the 0. It's very ominous. But what reminded me of it was I had a name tag of a new person. I took it and instead of turning it upside down, I flipped it backwards, and the backside is like the same color as the metal. So I slid it back into place, and a few days later, there was a Post-it note over his room that just said his name and said missing name tag. If you find it, please let me know. So I slid it out, turned it back right, facing the right way, put it back, and it was like, hey, I found it, and I walked away.
You're welcome.
I found it. It's been there this whole time.
So whoops. You know how pranks go, you know.
No big deal. I just fixed it.
It goes to the idea of the critical thinking aspect of people these days. They don't check. They just blindly trust what's going on in front of their face. They don't bother trying to check because why would I check? And and I fall into this trap quite a few times too, where I just dismiss it and be like, I don't want to be bothered. Missing name tag. I don't see my name tag there. I don't check to be like, what is that? My name tag that's flipped around? And it's like, no, it's missing. That has to be the situation here.
We call that awareness.
No, it's called. That's not even
critical thinking. That's
no, that is critical thinking because you just see it and you're just going, I'm not gonna think about it. It is what it is. It's not
It takes more effort to write on a Post-it note and put that where the name stuff is supposed to be than it does to just examine the name thing a little bit closer.
Yes.
You know?
Yes, that is true. But the critical thinking process at that point is not there. You don't even think about it.
Honestly, the restaurant thing was probably just some like hooligans who went in and thought it would be funny, or they disconnected that to prevent people from flushing it because there is a bigger issue that they didn't want people to make worse because they were flushing it. And you just costed them thousands of dollars. I don't know what that would be, but like, I guess it's a possibility.
It's a possibility. I mean, then again, toilets, that little chain on those toilets love to come off from time to time. That's why I've had to fix that as well.
My old apartment used to have that. My old apartment used to have that a lot and it used to fucking annoy me. And my ex-wife would come in and be like, babe, the thing's not flushing. I'm like, it's okay. It's not that hard to fix. But yeah, it was really annoying.
Yeah. I had the opposite issue with my repair recently. I had to replace out both the seal and the What was the other thing I had to? There's a seal on the underside of the fill valve, and there's also the seal at the bottom of the tank.
Yeah.
And I had to replace the bottom of the tank 1 second. Afterwards, though, that connects to the chain. So had to disconnect the old chain because that comes on top of the seal, and put in a new chain. But the new chain is a lot longer than the old chain was. So I would flush, and sometimes it would just like catch on itself and keep the thing lifted. So it was just constantly like draining while filling. So I had to not attach it, but sort of detach it in order to fix the problem.
Bro, how to break it to fix it.
Exactly. What did you send? What in the Kirby meets Wuthering Waves am I looking at?
Oh,
Brody,
it's just Wuthering Waves.
can't say
my
that.
guy.
You can't say that. I haven't played Wuthering Waves in so long.
Same.
Cannot say that.
Well,
Why
I
not?
am. Kuro Games. I haven't played Wuthering Waves in a while.
No, I'm just sending y'all more
What?
stupid stuff.
I was gonna say, what am I looking at? It looks like a bunch of Kirby's that absorbed the characters and got a new power or something.
There's a
It's
little
the talking
event.
cube heads, and it's like
Yeah.
it's the stupid anniversary event.
So it's the plushie maker. Got it.
Dude,
Yeah.
I actually want my fucking profile picture to be made like that.
It would be pretty cool. I won't lie. A lot of the
Yo, Rabbit, question. What's it called? How much would I gotta pay you to draw that for me?
Something like that. Thinking.
20 bucks.
processing. You get 20 bucks.
Like literally
There
just
you go.
$20? Okay, all right. Bet. Just take my head and he just cuts my head off and gives it to me. He's like, here you go. Hey,
Well, whoa,
He puts 2 feet on it.
I need to make the little eye things there, and then I put your hair on that square. Boom.
oh, that's right. I need eyes. I forgot. I can't just take my sunglasses off. I forgot. My fault.
Well,
I
he
mean, I
has
could
to have
put
the emote where he like tilts his head down so that he can like be looking over the sunglasses.
No,
And
it
then
was
he
a
can
joke
like
as in like
bob his
I
head
thought
back.
it's a joke as in like I imagined my eyes are already drawn, but you have to take off the glass.
I do
Forgot about that
have
part.
to take off those glasses. Yeah.
Watch Rabbit send me like a fucking very Asianized fucking picture.
Why would I do that? You gave me the Kirby looking eyes right there. It's so super easy to do ovals. Ovals over
I was drinking
complicated
water, you
anime
ass.
eyes.
I made Art choke on his fucking water. Good.
Ugh.
Good.
I still find it funny that the idea of anime characters are basically just cat drawings.
Yeah, I saw Christy sent me a
What?
video explaining that. She's like, yeah, apparently like a lot of anime characters are drawn to the likeness of cats. Really weird.
That's why the eyes
But
are
why?
so big rather than like because all the characters are supposed to be Japanese. The eyes don't give off the feeling of being a Japanese character because they're so wide. So what ends up
Right.
but it ended up getting explained that the anime characters are basically like if you took a picture of a cat and traced over it. It's like, huh, and then someone showed an example of it and quite a few examples of it. It's like, dear God, that can't be the case, can it?
Dear
And
God.
so
So
that's
what
where
I'm
that
hearing
statement
is the real life cat boy and girl phenomenon has been going on far longer than any of us have ever imagined.
Yes.
Dear
Granted,
God.
it's been since like the 80s or 90s anime characters, not like the older ones, because like Astro Boy, those ones still kind of look more like the Steamboat Willie kind of black and white cartoons in
can
terms of
see
like
that.
style.
I honestly was struggling to think of excuse me. Yeah, I was struggling to think of comics that were anime style before the 80s. Like Astro Boy is the only one that I can think of. Is there
Astro Boy-
another is Cowboy Bebop that old? I don't think it is.
No, Cowboy Bebop's
Yeah.
not that old, but Speed Racer is.
Yeah. Oh
Speed
God,
Racer,
yeah,
yeah.
Speed Racer. Wow, I've
Speed Racer.
forgotten about that entire like.
Didn't they make a
I'd like to
live
call it
action
a
movie that was
game.
really bad?
They did make it. I don't think it was really bad. I watched the movie.
I was
didn't
gonna
think
say
it was bad.
I thought it was
Oh, okay.
okay.
It was a really fun
was-
movie. I mean,
Rather
kinda
get real
was.
defensive here.
It's like, oh,
I like
wasn't
that
a
movie.
bad
What do you mean bad?
I like that movie. You
I
son of
like
a-
that
I'm just kidding.
movie. How dare you make fun of that movie? I mean, I could understand why people didn't like it, but I mean, I personally just don't think it was a bad movie because it was entertaining. It did what the movie was supposed to do. It entertained me. And that's
Yeah.
kind of where
Well.
I draw the line with a lot of movies. If I'm not entertained, it was a bad movie. If I am entertained, it was a good movie. I don't go into the little
Smart.
nuances of, oh, well, they actually used a special trope that always seems to be in so many other movies, and how dare they just rehash the same troping? It's like, okay, so what?
I
Yeah,
feel
and-
like movies and that phenomenon is sort of the same thing way I feel about a lot of like the English teachers of like when I was in high school at least, they would always attribute this like grandiose like symbolism or some nonsense to the books you were reading. And then it's like, yeah, but you're also just guessing, right? Like it to me, it feels like you're overcomplicating a lot of the core like purpose of what is going on here, and you're
Yeah.
doing it unnecessarily. You know, that to me is kind of how I feel about the critics of movies, where they're like, yeah, in this movie you are. You know, this scene had this symbolism with this breakdown, and we had this shot that kind of portrayed this feeling, and it's like, okay, even if you are correct, it does not detract from the layman's view of, yeah, that was just a good scene. That was a entertaining storyline. That was a good thought-provoking concept. Like,
Well,
we don't need to know why.
and I will say, in fairness for the critics, they watch a lot more
For the
movies
critics.
than they watch a lot more movies than the layman. Effectively. So their standards for movies becomes a lot more jaded and a lot more harsh than what audiences would normally want in a movie. So like,
But then,
so for
but then what's the
example,
purpose of the critic?
Exactly. That's the real question. So, if a movie is made specifically for a fandom of some kind, like the Mario movie, I would judge the Mario movie based upon what people that love Mario would think of it over what Hollywood critics would think of the movie. Just hands down.
I mean,
Me,
I would
meanwhile-
agree, only because that would earn you the more amount of money, right? Like actually catering to the people who are going to buy a ticket and watch your movie.
You would think, but a lot of Hollywood likes to cater towards what the critics think and the modern audience, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Whatever that
Interesting.
is.
Yeah, well, who knows? Obviously, it seems like movies have not been going in an upward direction to the point where, honestly, I thought when you were saying that crappy movie because it was a live action remake, I honestly think that's just a modern like perspective of like, yeah, most live action movies nowadays are lazy rewrites of existing like bestsellers that have the only like the greatest difference they have is the fact that it's live action.
Bro, that's been
And
the case since movies first began. I'm telling you.
Well, I mean, fair, but I don't think the live actions have A, been as numerous as they have lately, and B, been nearly as bad and lazily written or rewritten in some cases as the ones that have come out like recently.
I was about to say, it's not that they've been lazily rewritten. It's the fact that they rewrote it to the point that the original story and the live action story don't match up in any way, shape, or form. So the people that they would cater to for that live action should be the parents of the children that have a nostalgia factor for that IP, and they bring their kids over to that IP as well to get them introduced to what they liked as a kid. But because the story is so far removed from what was there as the original, you go back and look at the original and look at it side by side, the original was just better by far, even down to a critic level.
What do you think, George?
I just don't like critics in general, like food critics, movie critics, just because.
Yeah, fair take.
I like to just formulate my own opinion. I don't really base off of like other people say. I mean, yeah, I could hear, like, for example, like Superman movie, right? I thought it was really good, but a lot of people apparently are saying it's bad or whatever.
Really?
Well, because from what I've seen, right, I've also seen good reviews about it, but I just don't see like why it's a bad take on Superman. Like,
I've only heard good things about the movie.
Well, that's good for you. I've been here. A lot of people that well, again, it's like, I guess, the type of things people and whatever that my algorithm wants to show me. But the people that I follow or will watch or listen to, they're all saying it's bad, and I'm like, why is it bad? And when I saw it, it was like, this was really good. And and again, I'm not a DC expert. I'm a Marvel guy. I love Marvel comics. I've read a lot of Marvel comics. DC comics, I am completely new. I'm a newbie. I don't know a lot. I didn't really read their comics growing up. I just know a lot of the main characters. A lot of the main heroes. I don't know a lot of the lower ones. I didn't know who Mr. Fantastic or Mr. Was it Mr. Fantastic
okay, Mr. Marvel buff. I didn't know Mr. Fantastic.
No, Mr. Terrific. My fault. I meant Mr. Fantastic.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Mr. Terrific. Yeah. Mr.
He's
Terrific.
more
My fault.
obscure, even in the DC.
Yeah, I didn't know who he was. I knew who Hawkgirl was from the Justice League cartoon a while back. I didn't know who Guy Gardner was until the movie. Because I only knew Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart with the Green Lantern. Guy Gardner was the Green Lantern.
Guy Gardner's like the stereotypical Brooklyn kind of character for the Green Lantern.
I don't care about what you think kind of mentality or whatever. Or
the Bruce Wayne of Green Lantern.
Yeah, but, he's orange. He has orange hair and a bowl cut.
He looks like Jug if he had mushroom top.
Oh, yeah, I got you.
But
it's weird how I can see that in my head. It's like Jug, but not him with these other things.
But yeah, no, I never really didn't know about those people until that movie. But what I've noticed the criticism about Superman is that people are saying that this isn't what Superman does. But I went ahead and read like a lot of the older comics of Superman because after the movie I was curious. That's literally like the depiction of a Superman is. It's a guy who tells people like, hey, I may have these powers, but I'm here to like protect people. And he's like, I'm gonna make mistakes, I'm gonna mess up, but that's what I love about this, with people, with human beings and stuff like that, is that we're all the same person. And he's like, he pretty much like inspires everyone to be their own hero, not him be like the sole beacon of heroism or like that icon, but he wants people to realize like, hey, you guys are also heroes too. He's like, because like I go through the same thing you guys go through. Like I double guess what I'm gonna, or I second guess what I'm gonna do, or I don't know if I'm making the right choice, or I don't know, all these doubts, all these humanistic traits he has too. And that's what the movie kind of like emphasizes on really well, which I think Man of Steel didn't really do that well. Man of Steel was very dark and gritty. Thank you, Zack Snyder, you fucking cunt. But Superman, I liked about this one is more about hope. It's more about bringing out the hero within you as a person and reminding you that you can be the hero of your own story. And that's what I loved about this one, about the Superman movie. But people are dogging on it because of that. And it's like, okay, I can like, it's easily like identifiable to see who only watched Man of Steel and who didn't really read the comics, the origins of Superman. Like, and again, like I've never read them until recently. Because I wanted to see like, is this really how he was? But yeah, no, James Gunn knocked it out of the park. And it's like, yeah, this is a pretty good rendition of Superman, in my opinion.
I think just judging from what you're saying, people have this preconceived notion of Superman based upon what they've already seen. And I think the problem that you kind of run into is like my understanding, right? Because I haven't read that much about Superman. I know a decent amount from way back when I was a kid. I would watch Smallville with my dad. And that kind of led to me watching
of Superman.
Yeah, well, that led to me like actually reading up on like the original Superman stuff. Just not like one, it's been forever, and two, I definitely didn't go to approved sources. So like, I I don't know if it's the actual version or what, but from my understanding, he
Bro
didn't
didn't read the
always have his
comics.
abilities.
Fake fan. Fake fan.
Hey, I'm Marvel.
I'm
I'm
just
not
kidding.
DC. But my understanding is that he didn't start out having the ability to fly. He didn't really start out
Correct.
even having the
Yep.
ability to use like lasers. Like
Mhm.
for him, those are growths that happened as a result of I have a new enemy. I need to save the people. I'm going to I have no. The concept is that he is a man with no limits, and
Yep.
he's put into situations where he has to grow to meet the new challenge. The problem he suffers from is the unlimited growth problem that people will. We call it now the superhero issue, which is eventually there's always going to need to be someone bigger and better and badder for you to have to fight in order to give you the same thrill to the audience that you had when you were facing off the previous enemy. So how do you, if you always have to keep, one-upping yourself, eventually you're going to become unrelatable. And that's the problem a lot of people have with Superman as a concept, is that he's just, he was meant to be a symbol of hope that everyone could be, do it without Superman, kind of like symbols of hope kind of being a, you can do better. But then it turned into this, you can never live up to be the Superman, because Superman has no limits and humans do have limits. But now we're coming back to the origin a little bit of Superman, and it's throwing, it's wrong for two reasons in a lot of people's eyes. One, it's not what he has been, and two, it's going back on what was already stated. So not only are you not what people are used to, and not what people who have been, an opponent to Superman, how they've been kind of dogging on him all this time, and why Marvel's better, and or various other reasons. You're now, making up for that limitation that they have rightly been kind of stating for many years. But you're also going back against the canon a little bit, because even though you're going back to his roots, you're not. You're now kind of retconning some of the things that people grew up with, and that they've also grown alongside Superman with. It feels like you're undoing years of their life that they grew up with that Superman's capability to regress back to a form that he's less than what he should be. So I can see where the hate's coming from. Should that detract from the movie independently?
No.
The only reason why I'm in a meh spot on that is because it's not a new IP. In my eyes, I'm sick and tired of people going back and taking old movies and scripts and stuff, and then only using 85 to 90% of it, and either retconning or changing a small tiny subset, even if it makes sense, even if it has a good message or whatever. It's still just like, you could have done that with something else.
You're being generous with the 85 to 90%. It's like they use only 25% of it, and it's primarily just the IP portion. They don't.
Yeah.
Most
in some
people
cases
don't really use. Well, okay. So from the 90s to the mid 2010s, when it came to IP usage of older, more established stories like the superhero genres, until Marvel did it with Iron Man, it was not. It was basically a 4 kids kind of thing. It wasn't really using. It wasn't really using the source material to a majority of the source material. It was the IP because, well, kids like that IP, and who cares how we butcher it? Well, lately it's been a very, the people that grew up with those IP that got really annoyed with the butchering of said IP are now in those positions to make the stories that they want to make. And that's why we're starting to see a lot more of the um, good kind of comic book stories coming to life in movies again, or the video game movies. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog is a great example of that one. Um, but when it comes to Superman, the best stories that I've heard about for Superman have nothing to do with his power, because he's basically a Mary Sue. I don't know what the male version of a Mary Sue is, but he's basically I don't think it's a John Doe, because
no, it'd be like James Smith.
Danny DeVito.
Smith or something like that. Maybe a Danny DeVito. You know, it starts blasting.
It starts blasting.
Sorry, that just clicked.
But the general gist is he's so powerful that he can do anything he wants to if he just thinks it. I mean, that's where the Injustice Superman is so terrifying, because, well, he could literally snap your neck with a thought, kind of thing.
Yeah.
The big good the big stories that are always good with Superman is the moralistic stories and the
trolley problems.
The trolley problems, but also the inner struggles, the mental kind of conundrums that would pop up with that level of power. I mean, you got Spider-Man with great power comes great responsibility statements, but with Superman, it's more a matter of, if I do that level of flicking my finger, I could destroy the entire city, and then that's the problem's gotten rid of, as well as everything else. But I don't want to get rid of everything else, so I got to struggle. But now everyone's afraid of me, and so now I need to struggle against that kind of identity. And it's always that level of struggle for someone that can just think, blink and you're dead, kind of thing.
Yeah, so it's great having an invincible sword until it's pointed against you, kind of notion. Yeah. But I was also going to say, like, that's the same issue. That's the other reason why people like Batman. I feel like DC does that, like, caricature very well. Of imagine having to deal with a heavy moral struggle. Batman's entire entity is facing off against a guy who his entire purpose is making him break so that he wins the game that he has made up in his own mind. That's basically all the Joker is. Joker's like, you are me, but I don't hold back, and you are stronger, but you tend to hold back. Therefore, you're gonna let me win over you eventually. I just gotta wait long enough.
I'm gonna push back on that a little bit, because with Batman specifically, he's also what's supposed to be the pinnacle of humanity. Like he's to the point of being able to take down the superheroes, but without having the superhuman strength kind of thing. But he's as humanly peak as he can be. So he becomes a lot more relatable to a lot of the other readers. And that's I feel like that kind of relatability makes him a lot more easy to write for.
He's become what Superman once was. A symbol of hope to humans, that you can be whatever you want to be.
No. He's just, so when he's fighting crime, he is a standard human when it comes to, if he's shot with a gun, well, he's bleeding. I mean, if he's trying to take down a criminal,
but
he has
rich.
To exactly. That's basically it. He's you but rich. So you could become a Batman. You can't become a Superman. So Batman becomes a lot more relatable and a lot easier to.
But that's
write.
That's what I was talking about. But that's kind of what I was saying is, Superman used to be that kind of like relatability. Like he used to be a man of steel, not a man of unobtainium. He was somebody who was just a normal human, but better. But at the end of the day, he's doing things that eventually you would have to deal with, even if he wasn't there. He's just the backup plan.
He was still superhuman. I mean, at the time of his original making, he was very similar to the way the Hulk was, where he could leap tall buildings in a single bound, run faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. That old
Is that a bird? Is that a plane? It's Superman.
Well, that came after he was having the capability of flying.
Yeah. Well, we got a little bit off topic there.
What topic?
The home improvement.
Oh, right.
Rabbit pulled a me and Soon when he hosts.
I know we're talking about like home improvement, but guys, dinosaurs. Am I right?
Dinosaurs.
Movies.
That came
Literally
dinosaurs
what
came
happened.
before the Home Improvement. In my defense,
And then it turned
True.
into movies again, which is sort of the same thing.
Well, yes, yeah.
Again.
Again. Meanwhile, George over here is playing Marvel Rivals. I'm assuming he's
No,
He's
I'm not
playing
playing
Wuthering
Marvel
Waves.
Rivals.
Ah,
No, I'm not.
this must be.
I'm not
later.
playing that. I'm just literally just looking up like stuff on Twitter because I'm, trying to see if like I can find like all the hate Superman stuff. But it's all like the same thing.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Of it just being like, oh, this is not Superman, and then people arguing like, this is Superman. Are you stupid?
Well, that's what happened with
Yes.
the Schneider films version of Superman as well. I mean, the thing that annoyed me of Batman versus Superman was like, so you made Superman broody and gritty, which was
Yep.
kind of Batman shtick. So what are you doing with
Yep.
Batman?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he brands people with his bat ring as well as has guns. He has guns on his car. What? Wait,
got
What in the
guns.
absolute Batman are we talking
He's
about?
got
right
guns.
it's basically it. Yeah, that was in the. I think the biggest issue for me with the Schneider films was that you're starting off your universe with an Elseworlds version of those characters rather than
Yeah.
what the fandom sees those characters as initially, and then going later on with the Elseworlds thing, kind of like what Marvel has done with its multiverse.
now? Right.
Gotcha.
Which even still, that's like, I don't know. In my opinion, that was a whole debacle back in the 90s and the early 2000s. Was DC really screwed the pooch in terms of like the Marvel versus DC stuff because their universes got way too complicated. And they always had these like branching paths and retcons. Like that was the one thing I knew about DC was apparently they had a lot of like instances where you had like Flashpoint in like what Marvel has, but they had it constantly because the Flash, it just just kept going back or overwriting stuff and changing little things. There's even a universe like we were talking about with the Absolute Batman where like it's not Bruce, it's his father because he went back to a time when
that's a
instead of
Batman.
the parents dying. Oh yeah, well that's that's the whole thing. But that Batman does use guns and he does murder people.
Yeah. Well,
favorite Batman.
Absolute Batman is Bruce Wayne if he was poor.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like this 7 foot tall, very muscular, not very.
How
bright
does he gain
individual.
height by becoming poor? How does that work?
Look, his money power had to go somewhere, and it went into height and muscle.
Listen, we don't ask questions, all right? Plot armor.
Oh my
Just kidding.
god!
It's to the point where he
imagining
has
it's like a bar in a game. You have like you can just dump a bunch of like stats into wealth. Like I'm gonna become Batman.
Yeah, right.
Play Baldur's
he
Gate.
has-
You just put your stats into wealth.
Yeah, right.
Well, he has
We
this.
call that persuasion.
Well, you know the bat symbol that's on his chest for Absolute Batman.
Yeah.
It's like it's basically an axe blade.
Yeah.
So he takes
What?
it off and uses it like an axe.
Wow.
He just carries it on his chest like
Oh my god!
Yeah, it's just this big, or it's like a hammer, one of the two. But it's basically this piece of heavy metal that he took from the construction work that he does.
That's wild.
Yeah.
No wonder he's built. He's constantly working out with a giant hammer on his chest as he runs around.
Yeah.
He runs around.
But he's very brutal still because he didn't really try to train himself for the moral ambiguity that the standard Batman tends to have.
I was gonna say you don't need to try to work out when you're carrying around a freaking cinder block on your chest as you run around the city. That just is working out with extra steps. It's cosplaying and working out simultaneously.
Yep.
That's cosplaying. It's funny.
I kind of want to read the Absolute Batman because I've only heard about Absolute Batman for a bit, and just the shenanigans he does to solve problems, he's not a detective by any stretch of the imagination. He
Obviously, intellect comes with wealth, and he doesn't have that. That's just how it goes,
yeah,
right?
That's how it goes, exactly. Well, he more personifies the
goes.
vigilante route. He becomes more of a Punisher-like character than a Captain America-like character.
How's he gonna get his contingency plans then? This makes no sense. How is he the absolute?
His contingency plans are brute force.
It's funny.
Not a plan. That's just I have a hammer. That's that's very different.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, the way that one started was that it was either Darkseid or someone else did another retcon, as you were talking about, to basically strip the standard superheroes of of their powers effectively. And then the whole idea of the absolute universe is, well, these characters are now building themselves back up to where they were in previous iterations of their lifetime, but starting from a point that they didn't start from before. Which it's an interesting concept. I like the idea of the new concept, but it leads to the multiverse becoming very complicated. Where do you start? Yada 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 yada.
You know what would help this whole thing out?
What's up?
A new IP. Just do that, but make it a new IP.
Yeah, they do that. They do that all the time. They make new IPs, and do you know what they do with those new IPs?
What?
They cause the retcons.
Oh, that's even funnier.
Just so make two new IPs.
Because the new IP basically becomes integrated into the universe. Instead of kind of spinning from the old IP, it becomes injected into the old IP by retconning all the other IP.
They're like, listen. We've got a superhero for every major city, like an alternate for every major city. We don't got any more cities. We can't make another place up. All right. We're just gonna keep putting things into Gotham. All right. We're gonna just keep injecting them into Smallville or wherever else. Where Superman like canonically is supposed to be based out of? Brooklyn? No. Metropolis, which is
Metropolis is supposed to be like New York because the
But then what's Gotham?
Is there? Gotham was supposed to be. Was it Detroit? I was thinking like.
I don't know.
Was it Detroit?
It might be.
It was.
It's
New Jersey,
Chicago,
Seattle, New Jersey.
I think.
I thought it was Chicago.
How are?
It depends on what iteration, I guess, because Gotham and
I thought it was
Metropolis
New York,
seem to be pretty close to each other. So New York versus New Jersey was
New York.
The kind of closeness.
I thought they were both in New York.
No, because then you'd have Superman coming around Gotham all the time.
Not all the time, but occasionally they just stay on they keep out of each other's territory.
Yeah, Batman doesn't do that. No.
Well, that's why
territory
crossovers
is the
happen.
Entirety of the city. Well, yeah,
of Gotham, yes, but not Metropolis.
Crossovers happen because the villains from Gotham escape and go to other places, so Batman chases them down.
Yeah, exactly. No lies were detected here. I feel like this is one of those like Gotham and Metropolis are both built or designed off of like New York City, but they're in different like. It's like you took the city, you drew a line through the middle. And that's the line that Batman doesn't cross.
Gotham City based on. Let's look it up. Gotham City is a fictional city where Batman operates on blah, 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 blah. But what is it based on? So here's a breakdown of its influences. So plural. So yes, New York and Chicago are both part of it. And then you have other influences. Over time, Gotham has also drawn inspiration from other cities like London and even Pittsburgh and Newark for filming locations. Okay, and Metropolis City based on. So the initial inspiration of Superman co-creator and artist Joe Shuster modeled the initial Metropolis skyline after Toronto, Canada, where he lived until he was 10. So
Superman is Canadian?
Apparently.
What the
Apparently it's
fuck?
Canadian.
That's not what
And
I
then-
was told.
And then Cleveland roots. Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster, both from Cleveland, originally considered setting the Superman stories there, though they later changed it to the fictional Metropolis for comics. New York City's lasting impact, City of Tomorrow. So there is some New York City inspiration with Metropolis, it seems like, but it looks like it's more Toronto and Cleveland, which kind of makes sense if his initial roots is Kansas. Just going north instead of going northeast makes a little more sense in terms of the location.
I guess. I mean, depends on the roads, right? The roads just if I'm going north, sometimes I think I'm going north, sometimes I'm going northwest, sometimes I'm going northeast. I don't know. It's the road's the road.
Yeah, well, I'm also kind of trying to think about Smallville included in on that because Metropolis is apparently close to the Kansas location since Lex Luthor was able to get there fairly quickly on a regular basis just by foot or car.
Foot. Wow. Look, I was going to say, but he just walks. But Lex Luthor is just like a power walker.
Yeah,
Ironically goes around just like, nah, I'm just going to take a jog out to Smallville.
Yeah, that's what happened with
Lex
the
Luthor's
kryptonite
just
poisoning.
he's just a little shithead who's jealous of Superman. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Jealous.
Well, at least
That's
in
an
the
interesting
movie,
word to get hung
that's-
up on.
Yeah,
well, in the movie, that's pretty much what it goes down to.
Yeah,
That's what I'm going off of.
For the most part, with Luthor's motivations, it could be jealousy or it could be
or obsession.
fear.
Or that, yeah.
Because it's like, you got this person that is super all powerful, that can do anything with just a flick of the wrist.
He's afraid of him becoming Homelander.
Yes, exactly. What's to stop him from becoming Homelander?
Nothing really, except for kryptonite.
Well, exactly, and then that's the reason why Lex is afraid, and that's why he does all the terrible things that he does, not realizing that he basically creates the very outcome he's hoping to avoid. But he feels like that it's an inevitability, so he's like, I'm just making other people wake up to see what I see every single day.
And the end result
kind of
leads to
twisted.
a lot of home building projects, such as reconstruction of buildings, and going back on
that he happens to that it happens to benefit him in some way, shape, or form. Oh, it's wild how that happens.
Oh yeah, very much like Wilson Fisk.
Who the hell is that?
Kingpin.
Kingpin from Marvel.
Oh,
big bald dude that has like superhuman strength.
Yeah, I know Kingpin. Matt, when is Kingpin coming to Marvel Rivals?
That's a good question.
I need more Vanguards.
Yeah, I'm thinking Kingpin would be a tank for sure.
Nah, he'll be a healer. He'll be a healer. He just yells at you for being an idiot, and you get healed by him doing that.
Oh,
that would be amazing. Honestly,
he's just a DPS. His entire thing is that like he summons minions to go and fight for him.
He does the Reinhard charge by just charging at people through running.
When is Juggernaut coming? I want him to be a tank already.
When is Juggernaut coming?
Pause.
No idea.
I'm waiting for Black Bolt to come in. That way, he just literally he uses his voice once and he kills everyone.
He just levels the map if he uses his voice once.
Yeah. He says one thing, you win.
Yeah, right. It's the Jeff Kaplan joke. Press Q, you win.
Yeah. Well, that would be hilarious if, like, the victory screen, he goes, you win, and then the whole town is level.
Or just like
it's
in
like the ending of
Madness,
Nuketown every single time.
After you win, he whispers just like, I'm sorry, and the whole world just explodes.
That's every time he loses.
He's not a very gracious loser, we'll just say.
No, absolutely not. I love Black Bolt. He needs to be done right. Like, holy fuck. It's not hard.
Yeah.
So obviously it is.
Yeah, apparently.
And that's the problem with
Uh.
overpowered superheroes. Just it's hard to write for them because, well, they're very powerful.
Yeah. Well, on that note, I don't think we have time to go back to the actual topic. So, do we want to like call it there, or do you want to, continue on with the original topic?
I think we can go. We're gonna cut it here.
Yeah, I'm good with cutting it here. So whoever
Have an
was the
hour or
host, start wrapping it up for us.
I mean,
Yeah,
George
wrap it
started
up.
this. Oh, okay.
Wrap it up,
Rabbit.
All right, well, this has been Infinite Nonsense. Thank you all for joining. This is George 2D and Arc of Abyss. You can catch them on YouTube, and I don't know about Twitch for Arc yet.
I mean, I have a Twitch. That was where I started everything. I got 68 followers, one away from greatness. Maybe you can be the great one to push me over the edge.
Of glory.
Oh, glory.
Anyway, until next time.
But yeah.
Bye, everyone.
All right. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Peace.